Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Aidan.
I'm Gaynor.
Alright, before we start, we've got a Patreon channel. Do you want to tell them about Aidan?
Yeah, if you go and see the link in the description for our Patreon, you can go and subscribe for $3 a month. You can get Always Sunny in Philadelphia on there, in Modern Family, and now Seinfeld has recently come up there, so check it out.
Starting at Series 3, Episode 1. We're doing watch-alongs. I think Modern Family, we're up to Episode 14, 13 or 14.
We've
done 13.
13.
Yeah. And Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Series 1, Episode 7, something like that.
Yeah,
Something around there. It's all on there, so
yeah,
that's for you. And you're interested. Plus there's other stuff as well on there, quizzes, a little bit of goofy stuff we do on there. So value for money, I always say.
It's a lot.
Good value for money. We're heading to Nashville soon as well. We're heading to the USA. We're going to start in Nashville, see where it takes us. The don'ts of visiting Nashville. I guess we're going to learn something. I've never been to Nashville. None of us have been to Nashville before, so it's a first for us. So I'm looking forward to it.
I'm really looking forward to it.
So I think we're going to hit Nashville and then Gatlinburg and then somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I think that heading down to like Alabama and Georgia sort of way. We may even try and squeeze in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Is what we're trying to see. So see if we can do it.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments where we should go to. Recommend any places.
Go. We've already got a couple of guys who reached out. Someone said he can get us discount at a Marriott sort of thing, and the guy from Gatlinburg reached out to us as well.
Okay.
With the who's got the lodges, the cabins. Yeah. So we really do appreciate that.
Now
so
we just need places to go and eat.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you'll be struggling to find places.
No.
I know there's so many, but I'm wondering if anybody can recommend anybody.
Well, it's always them touristy ones, isn't it? Which we want to try and swerve.
Yeah,
we want to swerve the touristy ones. We want to go where the locals go, as we always say. Yeah. Anyway, Nashville, the don'ts of visiting Nashville with Mark from Walter's World.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're here in Nashville, Tennessee at the Grand Ole Opry. And today what we have for you are the don'ts of visiting Nashville. And I know Nashville is famous for country music, but my first don't is don't think you need to bring your cowboy boots when you do come here to Nashville. And there's a couple of reasons why. I mean, well, unless you're a bachelorette party, then I think it's obligated to wear cowboy boots when you come here. But honestly, one, you have a ton of stuff to see here in Nashville. So you have a lot of walking, a lot of getting around, a lot of standing and waiting in line to get into restaurants. And most likely you're not wearing cowboy boots every day. So new cowboy boots, plus lots of walking, plus hot weather equals really painful feet. So there's that side of it. But also on the other side of it, look, you're not going to see a lot of cowboys when you are here, all right? You're going to see more hipsters and transplants when you're here than good old-fashioned cowboys with cowboy boots, okay? But don't get me wrong, if you want to buy cowboy boots, this is the place to be. There are so many cowboy boot places to buy, like where you can buy boots, you'll be fine to pick them up here. And those transplants I was talking about, I think that's another don't I need to talk to you about, and that is, don't think you're going to meet a lot of born, bred, and raised people from Nashville when you are here, because this city has just had a huge influx, like wave after wave of people moving here from all over the U.S. I mean, honestly, when I was down by Franklin, I half expected to see a sign saying, coming soon, Peoria, Tennessee, because so many...
You see the name of that saloon?
No.
Lucky Bastard Saloon.
Is that what it was called? I didn't see that.
Of people moving here from all over the U.S. I mean, honestly, when I was down by Franklin, I half expected to see a sign saying, coming soon, Peoria, Tennessee, because so many people from Illinois have moved here. But you go around and you can see some of the stress that's put on the infrastructure here, the shopping, the lines you have. So have a heads up, the people you meet here, a lot of them aren't from here originally. But don't worry, they'll let you know where they're from originally to be like, but now I live here in Nashville, because they're so proud of the city, because it is really great. And if you do meet a local, ask them what their favorite hot chicken place is. Ask them what their favorite barbecue place is, because they're glad to share the original kind of ideas, the original feelings of Nashville, because honestly, all these people that have come in have really changed the city. I mean, it's not just sweet tea anymore. You hear unsweet tea ordered quite often. And I will be honest, the friendliness that you had in Nashville that was known for, it's still there, but it's not as high as it used to be because there's just so many people here. And I think all those people and all the tourists that are coming here because of the cool city, the transplants, it leads to another don't I have for you. And that is, don't expect to have a stress-free driving experience when you are here in Nashville, because with all those extra people, the roads, the infrastructure, it's not really set up for it. Now, I will give it to them. They're working on it to increase the lanes and the highways and making 24 bigger and doing things. But honestly, whether it's one-way streets, tons of traffic jams on the highway, frustration with it. Oh, I can't tell you how many times I'm driving from the north coming down. I'm like, I drive by the city on the right. You're like, oh, that's a beautiful view. We're past the city, we'll be fine. But all that growth has really been on the south part of Nashville, and then you hit the south of Nashville, and then you just sit in a traffic jam forever. And you're like, oh, but it will be a little frustrating because you're really gonna have to drive when you're here. Because that's my next don't for you is don't forget you're gonna need transport, because public transportation here in Nashville is not going to help you very much, okay? And the thing is some of those really good restaurants, the hot chickens like Princess Hot Chicken and Hattie B's, or you wanna go to Loveless Cafe and get their amazing biscuits.
Probably won't be a problem for us. You'll probably just want to walk everywhere. Does my nut in.
You have to go there. You just have to go there. You don't get there by bus. You can't walk there. It's not on Broadway. You've got to drive out to them, okay? Now, one little happy thing is there's actually the Assembly Food Hall on Broadway where some of the famous restaurants have brought in like little kiosk versions of their food so you get a taste of it, not a full menu. About 80% of the food taste as well, but it gives you a nice taste when you're there. But you're gonna need to drive out to these places. And you can kind of understand why you need to drive out to some of these places, because honestly, Nashville is kind of like Nashville and then a bunch of little towns that have really grown up, like booming, growing fast, and adjusting that's kind of tough, okay? So I'm just gonna give you a warning on that, because honestly, don't think you can get all the great food just downtown, all right? So you're gonna have to go out. You wanna go to $5 Bakery and get their donuts. Oh my gosh, imagine a croissant and a donut had a perfect little baby. Yes, the Loveless Cafe biscuits, you're gonna have to drive, okay? And I think with going to those places, I do need to mention this Don't worry about waiting in line. It is well worth it. Whether it's Loveless Cafe, Princess Hot Chicken, anywhere you go, it's worth it for the line to get in to eat that fantastic food, okay? Because honestly, I know they call it Music City, but it really should be called like Food City, Food and Music City, but it doesn't quite roll off the tongue as well. Oh, and by the way, another don't I have for you is you don't have to call it Nashville hot chicken. We're already in Nashville, so you can just call it hot chicken. And you can get great hot chicken everywhere. And I want to say, locals, tell people the best places to go get hot chicken down below in the comments, because all the locals have their own favorite places, and so you can go experiment. There's even hot chicken tours you can do when you're here in Nashville, because it's that popular. And I think a don't for that hot chicken is, don't think the Nashville hot chicken is super hot the first bite. What's great about Nashville hot chicken is that yes, it's spicy and hot, but it's flavorful. And if you watch any videos on YouTube about Nashville, they'll show people eating Nashville hot chicken. And it's always starting off with...
I had some Nashville hot chicken last night.
You did, didn't you?
Frank sent me some Nashville hot sauce over.
And you put it on your chicken.
Put it on my chicken, and I had Nashville hot chicken. Tell you what, it was
I'm
really
sure
tasty.
it was the exact same.
It was.
Sure
it wasn't crispy enough for us, was it?
No chance it was
Taste
going to be
was
anywhere
good,
near
but
as good as what you get in Nashville.
No,
mate.
I don't think it is, but I'm just saying I had Nashville hot chicken last night.
Yeah, but you made chicken
And it was
wings.
like not spicy in the slightest.
Mine was just very tasty.
It was hot enough for me.
Yeah.
I'm a bit.
I didn't think it. I thought it was like it tasted more of like a barbecue sauce than like a.
Did you try the buffalo one as well though?
Yeah, that was like
That
actually had a
was
little kick to it at least.
Yeah.
I thought it was delicious, but anyway, we're going to find all this out.
Yeah.
You know, oh, the first bite, wow, this is good, this is really good. I don't feel any spice. And then halfway through, they're like, oh, I'm starting to sweat. Then by the end, they're like, oh my God, my lips, it's so hot. I don't know what to do. FYI, that's why you have the white bread there. You take the white bread, eat that. That helps with the heat. But it's a gradual growth of intensity of that heat. So just don't be surprised if you get the tenders and you only get like 3 of the 4 tenders done because your mouth is tingling at the end. Or if you get the hot chicken, just don't feel bad, or at least be ready for it. Another don't I have when you're here in Nashville when it comes to food is don't feel that you're too old to go back to the cafeteria. There are tons of great cafeterias you can go to when you are here and get your meat and threes. And what's cool is they'll rotate. So Friday will have different food than Monday, then different than Tuesday. So you can go back.
Oh, they have public cafeterias? I didn't know that was a thing.
I guess it's a bit like buffet, isn't
Just
it?
a buffet, innit? Yeah.
When we went to that place in Manchester.
Yeah, that was weird, that.
That was just like a little hole in the wall type thing. And
It was
then when you
Indian.
went in, yeah, it was Indian food. And then
Indian
when you
buffet.
Went in, it was like
Really? Indian buffet?
Like, yeah, it was, but it was
It
packed.
was like £6. You get three different curries for £6, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And a drink. And there was nothing special about it. It was
Only
all bench
one
seating.
drink?
It was bench seating sort of thing, and I had 3 different ones on one plate.
Yeah.
And so I was trying the different ones, and I tell you what, the curries were absolutely
They
good.
were
It was
really
packed.
good, but it was
But
packed.
they wanted you out quick. As soon as you finished,
But-
someone was waiting to sit in your seat.
If you'd have walked up there, you'd have thought, oh, I'm not going in there.
I would never go in there.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
I would never have gone in.
What, did you get recommended it or
It
something?
was, we were on a tour.
We were on a tour, and they took us there.
Back and have a lot of great stuff. Just get in line, pick your meat, pick out 3 sides, you're good to go. This is one of my favorites here. Now, you remember how I said there's no real public transportation, so you won't see too many buses? Well, I should say there's not too many public buses you'll see. You will see a ton of tour buses, and my don't for that is don't worry about what kind of tour you want to take when you're here in Nashville. They have one for you, okay? When I came out of the Country Music Hall of Fame, at the street corner, no joke, you had the Redneck Comedy Bus Tour go by. There was a country music bus tour that went by, and the little bike tour where people are drinking on the bikes thing, that all went by. I mean, you have the Gray Line bus tours. There's so many tours that go around here for you to enjoy that pretty much anything you want to do, there's probably a tour for it. And that's what's funny is when you see the number of buses going around town, you're like, wow, if they just kind of made those like public buses as well, this city would be awesome for public transportation. But it's not. But you can get plenty of tours when you are here. So another don't I have to tell you when you're looking at those tours, don't forget you can actually get your own tour bus and drive around, and you'll see people partying on the buses. You'll see them with hot tubs. You'll see them with music, DJs, all kinds of fun stuff. So just know there are options out there for you if you want to come here with some friends and have a fun time, because everybody seems like they're having a good time in those buses. See, look, there's another one over there. They're all over the place. Oh, and I really want to stress that when you do come to Nashville, don't think that it's just Nashville hot chicken is the only food here. There's so much other great food that's here. On Jocelyn's channel, we actually have a video just on the eats when you're here, whether it is some of those great donuts at $5 Bakery, or you're getting some of the awesome barbecue or catfish when you're here. I mean, there's a lot of other food to enjoy. Oh my God, you get great steak and oysters when you're here downtown. I mean, it's not just the hot chicken. Though the hot chicken's so good, you might want to eat it every day anyway. And there's another thing I should warn you about something you might do every day, and that is don't have too many bushwhackers when you're on Broadway, because there's a lot of people that have maybe too many.
What's the bushwhacker?
I don't know. It looks like a.
It says the Jack Daniels sign there.
Yeah.
Like a Jack Daniels slushie.
It looks like one, doesn't it?
Bushwhackers when they're here. If you're not sure what a bushwhacker is, that is an adult beverage. It is rum and Kahlua and ice kind of mixed together. It's basically like an adult Slurpee, and people have a few too many because they are really good. And the thing is, with the heat you have here, it really cools you off, so people have a bit too much. So if you're on Broadway, especially at night, just be careful with the drinking and the people that have been drinking, because it can get a bit crazy. Not just the bachelor and bachelorette party stuff, but other people that are there can have a little bit too much of a good time with you. So it's nice to get hit on. I've been hit on by many people while I've been here, but sometimes you're like, okay, that's good. Just you had enough, because you're gonna be down on Broadway listening to the live music when you're there, because there's so much live music up and down Broadway that you literally any time of the day and night, it's open until 3 a.m. You're gonna enjoy the music when you're there. But I think a don't I have to say is don't think Broadway is one, the only place to go out, but also two, the only place where you can listen to live music. I mean, honestly, if you like country music, you're better off leaving Broadway and going to other parts of town, because when I've been on Broadway, I hear a lot more southern rock stuff than I actually hear country music. So even though the Country Music Hall of Fame is right there, doesn't mean you're gonna hear a lot of country. So go out, leave Broadway, go out into different parts around the city. There's live music all over, okay? It's called Music City, not Music Street, Music City, and you'll hear live bands. We heard the Annie B band, and she was awesome up there playing, and she's playing around town, and you can actually meet some of the bands. There's lots of great places to see them, from small clubs to big arenas. You can have great music when you're here, but don't think it's just on Broadway. I mean, heck, if you're going out, even going a few blocks to Printer's Alley will give you a completely different vibe than you have on Broadway. Now, going back to that Country Music Hall of Fame, one, don't worry if you're not a country music fan. You will enjoy going to the Country Music Hall of Fame. You will see more guitars than you've ever seen in your entire life. It's multiple floors. You take an elevator up, and you got this, and you kind of floor by floor, and you learn about the history of country music. You see the guitars, the stories. It's actually a well done, Hall of Fame for music. I actually enjoyed it. I'm not the hugest country music fan, but I did enjoy the Country Music Hall of Fame. But a don't I have for that is, don't get overwhelmed by all of the ticket options they give you when you go there, because yes, there's just entrance. There's entrance in going to Hat Show Prince, and then there's entrance in going to RCA Studio B on Music Row, or there's just songwriter stuff. It's like they have more tours than George Strait has #1 hits. Okay, they don't have that many tours because he's got a lot of #1 hits, but you get my idea. So make sure you read through which ticket option's right for you, so you can get the most out of your visit to the Country Music Hall of Fame. And if you do love country music, one thing I gotta tell you, or if you just love music in general, if you get a chance, don't pass up a chance to see a show at the Ryman Auditorium or here at the Grand Ole Opry, because these places, they're not huge venues. I mean, the Grand Ole Opry is a nice sized one, but what's cool about it is you have like world-class talent that will come and play in the Ryman or come play here at the Grand Ole Opry, and you're in a much more intimate setting. So you're not watching them in a stadium, you're watching them up close. And so you get kind of this like goosebumpy like closeness to the bands that play there and the artists. So if you get a chance, go. And you can actually just tour them by themselves to see where they play. So that can be a fun thing to do. Now, leaving our music behind and our eating behind, another don't I have for you is don't forget to go out to Centennial Park and go to the Parthenon. Look, the Parthenon, you know the Parthenon? The one in Athens, there's the Acropolis, the Parthenon's on top. Yeah, they rebuilt that here at the end of the 1800s, okay? And you can go in and there's like, there's art gallery in the bottom, but what's amazing, which is like, I was just like, wow, it actually made me more impressed with the real Parthenon in Athens, is you go in and they have Athena there, a statue of Athena holding Nike. And Nike, the Nike statue is actually taller than me. Yeah, it's insane. I mean, you got to go just for that. It's worth the price of admission just going in to see that. And then the park that's there is just gorgeous. They've redone it recently, and it's just a nice place to be and relax. You can chill out with your friends. And what's cool is Vanderbilt University is right by there, so you can go and enjoy the campus as well, so you can have a nice time. And my last don't for you when you're coming here to Nashville is don't pass up the history when you're here. Look, Nashville is the capital of Tennessee, so you have all the state museums that you can visit when you're here, the state capitol you can visit, but probably the most important historical place to visit is the Hermitage, which is Andrew Jackson's home. So you can go to his home, you can see his actual furniture, you can see where his enslaved people lived. I mean, you get the whole story of him, and you get the good, you get the bad, and you get the crazy about Andrew Jackson when you're there, but there's a lot of history you can take in. And I guess if you like other American history, you can also go to Antique Archaeology. The American Pickers people, they have a store here you can go visit, all right? Now, I know right now a lot of the people from Nashville that are watching this video are probably upset with me because I haven't mentioned this, and that is don't forget to get out in nature when you are here in Nashville, because you have some really cool state parks you can go hiking, you can bike in, you can go and enjoy the nature, because there's some really gorgeous nature around here. If you're going down to Franklin, which is a super cute town, you can do that. You can go visit some state parks as well. I mean, heck, if you want to go to Radnor Lake State Park, you can hike around the lake. It's gorgeous. The Warner Parks you can go visit. I mean, heck, if you don't have the time or the transportation to get out to those, you can just go to Cumberland Park, which is literally take the pedestrian bridge over the Cumberland River from Broadway, and there's a park there you can enjoy. And the Greenway throughout here, dude, you can bike the Greenway when you're here. There's so much outdoor activities in town and out of town that you can really get out and enjoy. And also, that's why it's not a good idea to have the cowboy boots, because they're not really good for the hiking, okay? So just FYI. So I hope this helps you know a bit better what to do and not do when you come here to Nashville. So I want to say a special thank you to all our patrons on Patreon, our members on YouTube.
Yeah, I think that'll give us a good insight of now when we get into Nashville.
I mean, we're not going to spend the whole time in Nashville. We're just going to start off there. We're flying into Nashville, so we'll spend a couple of days in Nashville and move on. But I think, obviously trying the food there, country music. Yeah. We could do all that in a couple of days. Without doubt. I mean, not going to see all of it as everyone will appreciate, but it's quick flying visits here and there, and just taking what we can do in the few days that we're there in each place. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's it gives us an insight, like you say. But I'm looking forward to the music and the food.
Yeah, me too.
Just them two.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of country music.
The main thing.
And a bit of a nightlife, and a bit of them tour buses look pretty cool. I want to go on tour buses with the hot tub.
Yeah.
Yeah. They say what now? I won't even be able to join you, mate.
Yeah, but it was interesting, right?
Yeah, it's very interesting.
So keep your eye out for us. We will be videoing, vlogging what we're doing when we're going around the USA. So you'll be able to join us on the videos as we bring them back and talk about what we've done and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers. Bye.